Have you ever wanted to invest in the careers of your favorite athletes? Well, our next guests are trying to let you do just that. Vestible, which is a new startup partnering with professional and amateur athletes alike to allow you to buy and sell shares based on the trajectory of their careers, is here now to explain how it all works. And we've got Parker Graham and Yves Batoba, Vestible co-founders, to break this down just a little bit further. Great to have both of you here with us. You know, first and foremost, we just got to know kind of how it works for all of the different kind of iterations that we've seen and new things, new alternative investments that people could make, whether that be in music catalogs or an NFT of a squiggly line. Now, potentially their favorite athletes and their career earnings. You know, what type of returns should people expect in an alternative investment like this?
Yeah, alternative investments, just like what we're doing at Vestible, you know, it's kind of unpredictable, right? That's why they're alternative. Really what we're looking for is we're looking to work with really high level athletes who are kind of stuck in a contract that they're outperforming right now. And so the alpha here for the investor is we're finding athletes that you can invest in earlier in their career, and then you're making your return when they go to that next contract and the next contract and the next contract, right? So we're specializing in athletes that are earlier in their career. So everything from college to early in the pro ranks as well. And they're able to really monetize those investments, whether they're just going to buy and hold the dividend stream the entire time the athlete plays their career, or if that athlete does go from a not great contract to a really good contract, they can actually sell that in the secondary market on our platform as well. So there's two ways for them to monetize that relationship with us at Vestible.
Okay, and so Yves, what does the athlete get?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing here. Parker and I, being former athletes ourselves, we've been told for a long time that, hey, you are a business, conduct yourself as a business. So we actually created a way that athletes can monetize their career the same way that a company would, right? So they go through the initial offering process, and whenever that offering closes, they get to keep a big percentage, the majority of that for themselves, right? And they get to put that in the stock market, let it cook over the course of their careers. And that's the biggest thing here, right? They've never been able to do something like this before.
Okay, so for the investor thinking, Parker, about a use case potentially, and I know that you've got the Broncos outside linebacker Baron Browning already standing out to you, one of the early athletes that's partnered with you guys. Why did this make sense for him? And now for early investors, what does that relationship look like for them? How can they kind of track against future earnings, I guess?
Yeah, great question. So he's a perfect use case really for us, a perfect example of someone, an athlete specifically, who's in a portion of his contract where he's not getting paid very much, but he's the starting outside linebacker for the Denver Broncos, and he has shown flashes of being an incredible player. So we know from all of our connections internally at the NFL and with different coaching staffs and stuff that people really think that Baron's going to have this ability to really break out. And so for us, we're able to come in and do this partnership with him, allow him to access some of that future income now, in all the hopes with him and his investors that he does have that breakout season finally this year in his contract year. And next year, everybody wins. Baron wins, the investors win, and then ultimately Vestible brought it all together at the end of the day.
And Yves, that raises the question of liquidity. What is liquidity like? I mean, if we're banking on a future contract, then for investors that are trying to make sure that they still have a certain amount of liquid within their portfolio, what's that kind of comparison here?
I'm sorry, guys. My audio is terrible right now.
Parker, I'm not sure if you...
Yeah, I can take that.
Sure.
Yeah. So from a liquidity standpoint, right, our market is an alternative asset marketplace, right? So you're going to have buyers and sellers on both sides of those trades to provide liquidity. But if you think about it in theory, if Baron does end up going and making a much higher income on his next contract, the buyers are going to be coming in trying to get a piece of that. And that will be that really is where the market will have some liquidity, where people who already have the shares are able to actually sell to those new entry investors that do want to be a part of Baron's career from that point forward. And any athlete that we do have on the platform is going to experience something similar, right? We're going to bring them to market first. You're going to have their early investors, early believers. And then when they do have that big liquidity event for the athlete themselves, that's when you're going to see people start trading shares, and those shares start trading hands.
All right. If only Scotty Scheffler was on the platform prior to the start of this year. Parker Graham and Yves Batoba, who are the Vestible co-founders. Great to have you both here with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.